And you would not believe how many people do that. And your kids really should be playing with toys, learning to roll over, stuff like that, instead of their brain looking at fun stuff on the TV. I know, I know. It's probably not going to be a popular opinion, but it's it's just my opinion. So yeah, so if and like the Harry Potters, I'm not sure how young kids should be watching that. Uh, I didn't have to worry about that because it came out when my daughter was she could already read the books. And I figure if she could read the books, she might as well be able to watch the movies. But, I've had daycare kids over the years at 3 years old that's watched, all the Harry Potters, and well, first of all, I don't think they completely understand it, but they are watching it. So, that that's it. That's just my take on all of it. And I'm definitely a hypocrite, if you remember, because Lord forgive my kids not watch The Simpsons or SpongeBob. Uh, but we could watch Power Rangers and we could watch Ninja Turtles and the Witches and the Goonies. Oh my gosh, the Goonies. We were watching the Goonies when my kids were young, and now that I rewatch it, don't get me wrong, I still love it. But Lord have mercy, there's a couple of things in there that probably shouldn't be seen by little kids. And I'm pretty sure there's quite a few words that I'm not sure I want daycare kids to be saying now. My own kids, I guess it wasn't a big deal if they said it. I just didn't want other people's kids to say it because of something I showed them. So, yeah. So what do you allow your kids to watch? That's one of the subjects that I would like you guys to mail me about what you believe, what you think, what you have seen. I did see a TikTok today of a girl saying she went to see Scream, and I think it's the latest Scream that came out. I'm so far behind on those. I mean, I've watched some, if you know what I mean. But so she was at the movie theater and she said she was shocked because families, like with kids younger than 10 and 7, were coming in there, and there was definitely adult content, sexual assault, stuff like that, and happening, not just talking about it, and lots of gory stuff, and these little kids are watching it. So that right there is a huge thing. If it's rated R and you're supposed to be 17, should should the movie people be able to stop little kids from coming in? Because that's a thin line. I'm kind of thinking, yeah, how would you feel if you were sitting next to a 7-year-old watching a scary movie and watching sexual assault and stuff like that happening, and you're sitting next to a 7, 8-year-old? I don't think that's right. It's not right. So that makes you think. If it says 17 and above, it fucking should be 17 and above. And that's my soap shit box. Still so stinking hard to say. But you do understand if you haven't listened to a lot of the episodes, it's just my soapbox. So I call it my shit soapbox because it's mine. Don't shit on it. It's my shit soapbox. So yeah, keep your kids little as long as you can. Keep them out of those scary fucking movies and the shows they shouldn't watch. Keep them little. So, just between us, this flying to Alaska, we're flying out tomorrow on 9/11. That's why this is hopefully going to be out a day early. I am not scared of flying. Let's just get that straight. Not scared of flying. I am, the anxiety has been in there, thinking of being in a plane for 10 hours um, with all of these fucking weird people I don't know. And I'm just going to say it, you know? I know one person on that plane, my Evan. That's who the fuck I know. And so I'm like, okay, you know what? It's okay. I have my gummies. I can take a gummy. It's going to have all of the, it will just calm everything down, if you know what I mean. And so we stop and get some. And I have not even really thought about flying to Alaska with, I don't know, 5 or 6 gummies. We're not talking enough to sell. We're talking a little. Whether you believe or not, fuck off. This is my just between us. So you listen to my shit. If you want to have a just between us, email me. Email me, babe, at thank God you're not my child podcast at yahoo.com. Yep. So Heaven goes, because he's a lawyer, I don't think you can take those on the plane. I was like, well, what the fuck? Because I have my medical card. I have, they have to print out that those are my gummies. It's a very small amount. And so therefore I don't understand and the laws and shit. He's explained it to me. And of course, I don't agree. I think I should have just like my medicine that I have for blood pressure. If I have a prescription, I should be able to fucking have it. And I don't see gummies as any different, but it is. So, my whole theory is it's so horrible that I have to be told it's easier for me to take a shot or buy a shot on the plane and it's expected to calm me down. But Lord forbid me take a gummy on, to get everything calmed down and all because I can get drunk to calm me down. But Lord forbid me be able to take a gummy. So that's just between us. I think that is just a fucked up system. I just don't get it. I don't get it, and maybe I never will get it. Yeah. That kind of leads me to the last thing I want to talk about, and about controlling. Uh, I have, in my lifetime, been a very controlling person. I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not hiding that shit. And when I first became married, it was very easy to control a lot of what was going on because we were just learning. And I'm just that person to stand up and say, I got this. I got this. I was taught by my mom and my dad's, I got this. I can do anything. I can do what the fuck I need to do, and I got this. And so over the years, it definitely comes into being a control freak, having to have everything the way you want it. And that makes you really hard to be with, just makes you hard to be with. So I can only imagine, I joke with people that, when I turned 50, my ex husband, he threw me away. And, it's just probably a tasteless joke, but that's fucking my joke. And, you know, sometimes I have to go, man, sometimes I have to blame him. I get it. Because I am 100%, I was a controlling wife. Oh my fucking Lord, I know I was. I would bring him his fucking clothes in the morning. He didn't even pick his clothes for church. So was that, I can say it's because he was lazy, or I can be honest in saying it was just easier for me to get it and take it because I was going to control it anyway. So anyway, we're going to, okay. So skip, skip, skip. Was I controlling everything because I didn't, people were untrustworthy or unreliable that I just knew I had to get it done? So being a control freak, yeah, babies. It's definitely something you have to work on. So I've worked on it over the years. Like I said, I remember when my daughter was in, I believe, 8th grade, and she wanted to quit the flute. And we had spent so much money on that flute that I was absolutely not. You will not be quitting. You are not a quitter. You're not a fucking quitter. And that's how it was. And then she went through that year because mommy told her, no fucking way you're going to quit. Worked on it a lot through Celebrate Recovery and all, if you know anything about that, CR, about me controlling everything. And I know by the time she went into high school, she talked to me and said she really didn't want to do it. And you know what? I was able to let her choose what she wanted to do. And, it's not about me, it's about her. But, I could have pulled the mom card saying, absolutely not, like I did the time before. But I've grown a little. And so over the years, learning to not control everything, it had me thinking, was it because people around me were untrustworthy or unreliable? And that really, really makes a difference. And then to be single at 50 and then have to control everything. Holy fuck. You realize I might have been a control freak, but having to do it all, huge difference. Huge difference. Then that moves to at what point and meeting my future husband on Friday the 13th. Yes, this Friday. I will be Mrs. Evanclift. Yes. It's happening, guys. It's happening. I'm going to record an episode from Alaska. Next week it's going to be season 3, episode 1 from Alaska. But anyway, let's go back. At what point did I have to heal from being a control freak to accept this man and realize that I'm here for him? What does he need? I let him make the decisions. I mean, I can tell him my opinion, but he makes the decisions. He's the man of the house. And I think that was something I was always looking for, was that person I could go, yes, yes, sir. And I know people are going to be pissed on that. I'm going to get some emails on that one. But to tell him this is what I would like to do, but him make the decision and then be okay with it. That, to me, is the love I was looking for. And I found it. Yeah, I know. Be jealous, unless you have it too. And if you don't, and you don't have that person, just open your heart. Because the night I met him, and if you don't realize it, he is uh, deaf. He's deaf, and he had hearing aids in, and he can hear some. But I can guarantee you, in that casino, on that cruise ship, I was lucky that he was probably able to hear half of what I was saying. But you know what? We sat there for hours and talked. And my walls on my heart went down to realize I like this man. So yeah, finally. Well, I think I've probably told you everything I know. Yes, I know. And we're going to be flying out tomorrow. Yes, I know, on 9/11. Good vibes and prayer for us. I'm sure people are pretty nervous flying on that day, You know what I mean? You know why. So, yeah, prayers and good vibes this way, guys. And remember, if you want to share a story, get those emails in because I need some stuff to read on the flights tomorrow. 10 hours on the flights. I need some stories. So get those emails in. Remember, at Thank God You're Not My Child podcast at yahoo.com. And go follow all of the socials, Instagram, X, Facebook, all of those TikToks. Thank God you're not my child. Until next time.